Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did I start looking so different? Maybe it was the fine lines, the tired eyes, or just the feeling that something about your glow had faded. The truth is, aging is a privilege, but that doesn't mean we have to surrender our sense of beauty, vibrancy, or confidence. If you've ever wished there were simple ways to look and feel more youthful without surgery, expensive creams, or complicated routines, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to share 8 beauty tricks that have made a real difference for me and so many women over 50. These are small changes that can have a big impact, not just on how you look, but on how you feel. Because feeling good in your skin isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring yourself at every stage of life. And trust me, some of the tips I'm about to share might surprise you, especially number 6. It's something I wish I had discovered years ago. Let's get started. 1. The most overlooked beauty secret that costs you nothing. If there's one beauty tip I could give to every woman over 50, and I mean every single one, it would be this: drink more water. I know. It sounds almost too simple, right? But hear me out. As we get older, our skin starts to lose that natural plumpness and glow it used to have. And while we often rush to buy the next miracle cream or anti-aging serum, we forget the most powerful and free tool we have: hydration. I learned this the hard way. A few years ago, I looked in the mirror and my skin just looked tired, dull, almost like it had given up on me. I was layering on products, spending a fortune, but nothing seemed to work. It wasn't until a health coach casually asked me how much water I was drinking that it clicked. Honestly, I thought I was drinking enough. Turns out I wasn't even close. And here's something most people don't tell you. As we age, our natural thirst response weakens. So by the time we feel thirsty, we're already dehydrated. That sneaky dehydration shows up first in our skin. Fine lines look deeper, dark circles get worse, and everything just looks a little more deflated. Now, I start every day with a big glass of water. Before coffee, before anything. I carry a reusable water bottle everywhere. And when plain water feels boring, I add lemon, mint, or cucumber slices to make it feel refreshing and almost spa-like. Within 2 weeks of being intentional about my hydration, people started asking me if I had changed my skincare routine. I hadn't. I had just finally given my skin what it was craving all along: water. If you take nothing else from this video, please let it be this: glowing skin starts from the inside. Hydration is not just a beauty trick, it's a quiet, powerful act of self-respect. 2. A 2-minute ritual that can transform your face. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you touched your face? Not to wash it or put on makeup, but really touched it with care. For most of us, it's been a while. But here's the thing. Your hands might just be the best skincare tool you've ever had. No fancy gadgets, no spa appointments, just a simple 2-minute facial massage can work wonders. I discovered this during a particularly stressful time in my life. My skin looked saggy, dull, and tired, just like I felt. One evening, I instinctively started massaging my face with a little bit of rosehip oil, just to relax. What I didn't expect was how much better I looked and felt after just a few minutes. It was like my skin had woken up. So, facial massage helps boost circulation, which brings more oxygen and nutrients to your skin. It also helps reduce puffiness and encourages lymphatic drainage. That's just a fancy way of saying it gets rid of that swollen, heavy look, especially around the eyes and jawline. Here's what I do every night now. I warm a few drops of oil between my fingers, and I gently use upward strokes, never pulling down on the skin. I focus on the jaw, cheeks, forehead, and don't forget the neck. If I want to take it up a notch, I keep the oil in the fridge. That cool sensation on my skin? Instant refresh. It takes 2 minutes tops. But the results? They build over time. After a couple of weeks, your skin feels firmer, your face looks more lifted, and there's this glow, like your skin is finally breathing again. This isn't just about beauty, it's about creating a moment for yourself every day, a quiet reminder that you deserve to feel good in your own skin. And trust me, your reflection will thank you for it. 3. The makeup mistake. That's making you look older and what to do instead. Let me tell you something that no one told me in my 40s, but I wish they had. The makeup techniques that worked in your 20s and 30s. They don't serve you the same way in your 50s and beyond. One of the biggest game changers for me was realizing that powder makeup, especially powder foundation and blush, was actually making me look older. I used to think it was helping me look finished or polished, but in reality, it was settling into every fine line, highlighting every dry spot and giving my skin this tired, chalky look. As we age, our skin naturally becomes drier and thinner. Powder just sits on top like dust. It doesn't move with your skin, it fights against it. So what's the fix? Cream-based products. They're your new best friend. I switched to a hydrating tinted moisturizer instead of foundation. It blends into the skin like a second layer, not a mask. For blush, I started using a creamy formula in soft, natural shades like peach or rose. It gives you that fresh, dewy look, as if you just came back from a walk in the sun. Highlighter? Yes, please. But keep it subtle and creamy. Just a tiny dab on your cheekbones and the bridge of your nose adds life and light to your face. Not shimmer, just glow. And here's the real secret. Always moisturize before applying any makeup. Think of it like priming a canvas. When your skin is hydrated, everything else looks better, more natural, more youthful, more you. Making this switch felt like I gave myself permission to embrace softness, to stop covering up and start enhancing. And that's what beauty should be about at this stage, letting who you are shine through, not hiding behind layers. So next time you reach for that compact, pause. Ask yourself, does this makeup work with my skin or against it? Your answer might surprise you. 4. The simple eyebrow trick that instantly lifts your whole face. Here's something no one really tells you. As we age, our eyebrows start to change. They get thinner, lighter, sometimes patchy. And you know what happens when your brows fade? Your entire face can start to look more tired, more droopy, even if you feel wide awake. I didn't realize just how much of a difference brows make until one day I tried filling mine in a little differently. Not heavily, not with harsh lines, just a few gentle strokes with a soft brow pencil. And suddenly, I looked more refreshed, more lifted. It was like I had slept better, smiled more, and turned the clock back 5 years, just from that tiny tweak. Here's the trick. Use a brow pencil that's just a shade lighter than your natural hair color. If your hair is dark brown, go with a soft brown or taupe. If you're silver or gray now, a cool taupe works beautifully. Then, instead of drawing one solid line, use small feathery strokes to mimic real hairs. Focus on gently defining the arch. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Just a subtle lift in that area can open up your eyes and brighten your entire expression. Want to take it up a notch? Use a little highlighter or light concealer just under the arch of your brow. It gives this natural lift that makes you look more awake and polished, even without a full face of makeup. I've had days where I do nothing else. No mascara, no blush, just a little brow work, and I still feel pulled together. Because here's the truth, your brows frame your face. And when you get them right, everything else just clicks into place. So if you've been ignoring them or unsure how to make them work for you, start here. It's a small change that brings a big reward, and you might be surprised how much more confident you feel when you see the difference in the mirror. 5. The hair fix that can take years off without a drastic cut. Let's be honest, our hair carries a lot of our identity. It's more than just style. It's how we feel walking into a room. But as we age, our hair changes, sometimes subtly, sometimes all at once. It gets thinner, loses pigment, and can start to look a little lifeless. That doesn't mean we have to accept it. It just means we have to approach it differently. For a long time, I thought keeping my hair dark and sleek would make me look younger. But over time, I realized that harsh, flat color actually emphasized the things I was trying to soften, like fine lines and dullness. The moment I softened my hair color, adding warm caramel highlights and a bit of dimension, everything shifted. My face looked brighter, my skin tone came alive, and I felt lighter. If you've embraced your natural gray or silver, beautiful, own it. Just keep it vibrant by using a purple shampoo now and then to keep away any dullness or yellowing. Now let's talk volume. One of the quickest giveaways of aging hair is when it starts to go flat. But here's the good news. You don't need a new haircut to bring life back. You need movement. Try this. Switch up your part. If you've been parting your hair the same way for years, flipping it to the opposite side can give instant lift and a fresh look. Also, a bit of volumizing mousse at the roots, followed by blow-drying your hair upside down. Total game changer. It adds body and bounce, and it makes your hair and you feel energized. And here's one more tip. Don't overwash. Our hair needs its natural oils to stay shiny and soft. Dry shampoo can help stretch out wash days without sacrificing freshness. Hair doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to feel alive. When it has movement, warmth, and just a little bit of intention behind it, it brings your whole look together. Because at the end of the day, your hair should reflect how you feel. Confident, vibrant, and fully yourself. 6. A youthful smile makeover. No needles, no dentist, just you. There's one feature that can instantly make you look younger, brighter, and more alive. Your smile. And I'm not just talking about straight teeth or perfect lips. I'm talking about that warm, confident, natural smile that lights up your entire face and makes people feel something when they see you. But here's the truth. As we age, our smiles subtly change, and not always in ways we notice right away. Teeth lose their whiteness, lips lose volume, and sometimes, without realizing it, we stop smiling as much. Why? Maybe we're self-conscious. Maybe we just forgot how much power our smile actually has. For me, it all started with a photo. I looked at a candid shot and barely recognized myself. My teeth looked dull, my lips thin and dry. And I remember thinking, not with judgment, but with curiosity, what happened to my sparkle? So I made some small changes. No needles, no dentist chair. Just me, my bathroom mirror, and a little intention. First, I started whitening naturally. Once a week, I gently brushed with a paste of baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. Nothing fancy, just enough to lift stains from coffee and red wine without making my teeth sensitive. Within a couple of weeks, my smile looked fresher. Not artificial, just clean. Then I turned my attention to my lips. As we age, they lose collagen and can start to appear flat or faded. You know what changed everything? Ditching the matte lipstick. I swapped it for creamy, moisturizing formulas in soft, flattering shades. Rose, berry, peach. Something about a bit of color and shine made me feel alive again. Now, here's my favorite trick, and it works every time. I use a nude lip liner just slightly outside my natural lip line. Nothing dramatic, just enough to give the illusion of fullness. Then I blend, top it off with a sheer gloss, and boom! My lips look softer, plumper, and completely natural. And here's the emotional part. When you feel good about your smile, you use it more. You laugh more freely. You talk with more confidence. And people respond to that energy. It's magnetic. You don't need veneers or injections to have a beautiful smile. You just need to bring back the care, the joy, and the belief that you still have so much beauty to show the world. Because your smile, it's not just about how you look, it's about how you live. 7. How standing taller can make you look and feel 10 years younger. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thought about the way you carry yourself? Not what you're wearing, not your hair or your makeup, but your posture. The way you sit, the way you walk, the way you enter a room. Because here's a truth we don't hear often enough. Your posture silently speaks for you. Before you even say a word, it tells the world how you feel about yourself. I used to slouch without even realizing it. Shoulders slightly hunched, head tilted down, neck curved forward. It wasn't intentional. It was just the weight of years of working at a desk, carrying heavy bags, stress, and, if I'm honest, habit. But one day, a friend took a candid photo of me from the side and I was shocked. I looked smaller, older, and tired, even though I felt fine. That photo changed everything. So I started small. Each morning, I'd stand in front of the mirror, plant my feet hip-width apart, roll my shoulders back, lift my chest, and imagine a string pulling me upward from the top of my head. Just that visualization shifted something, not just physically, but mentally. I felt more awake, more in my body, more ready. Did you know poor posture can even affect your breathing, digestion, and mood? When we slump, our lungs can't fully expand. Our digestive organs get compressed. We breathe shallow, and over time, it can leave us feeling low energy, foggy, even anxious. But when you align your spine, open your chest, and hold your head high, you're giving your body permission to operate at its best. Hey, here's a quick check-in you can do anywhere. Are your shoulders creeping toward your ears? Gently roll them down and back. Is your chin tucked in too far or jutting forward? Bring it to a neutral position. Sitting. Put both feet flat on the floor and imagine your spine growing tall like a tree. Even better, start building your posture muscles from the inside. A strong core is your secret weapon. Gentle yoga, Pilates, or simply holding a plank for 20 seconds a day can begin to reawaken those support muscles you haven't used in years. And the beauty of all this, it doesn't require a gym, equipment, or money, just awareness, just intention. Posture isn't about being rigid or stiff. It's about carrying yourself like you believe you still matter, because you do. It's about choosing to show up in the world with presence, with elegance, with pride in every chapter of your life. And let me tell you this, when you walk into a room standing tall, people notice. But more importantly, you notice, because suddenly, you're not shrinking. You're expanding into the woman you've always been. And that, right there, is one of the most powerful anti-aging secrets no cream could ever give you. 8. The timeless beauty secret that starts from within. Let's be real. We've talked about skin, hair, makeup, posture, all important, all powerful. But I saved this last tip for a reason, because it's the one that truly transforms everything else. The most powerful beauty secret I know, especially for women over 50, is learning how to glow from the inside out. You've probably heard the phrase, beauty comes from within, and maybe it's always sounded vague or even cliche. But the older I get, the more I realize it's the one thing that never fades, and it's the one thing that truly makes people stop and say, wow, you look amazing. What's your secret? Here's the truth. Your energy, your spirit, your joy. Those things radiate from your face more clearly than any serum ever could. I've met women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who have this undeniable light in their eyes. Their skin glows, their smile warms a room, and it has nothing to do with genetics or beauty routines. It's because they take care of what's beneath the surface. So what does that look like in real life? It means getting enough sleep, not just because it helps your skin, but because your brain and body heal while you rest. It means fueling your body with nourishing foods, especially water-rich fruits, healthy fats, and colorful vegetables that support your skin, hormones, and energy levels. It means carving out even just 10 quiet minutes a day for yourself. Whether it's journaling, meditating, walking outside, or doing absolutely nothing. Moments like that aren't a luxury. They're maintenance for your mind, your mood, your glow. It also means being mindful of the energy you surround yourself with, the conversations you have, the people you allow in, the way you speak to yourself. Because when you replace self-criticism with self-kindness, your face relaxes, your eyes soften, and you shine in a way that makeup could never replicate. And one more thing, movement. Not intense workouts, just gentle, joyful movement. Stretching in the morning, dancing to music while you clean, breathing deeply while watching the sunset. These little acts bring life back into your body, and that life shows up on your skin. I'm not saying to stop using good skincare or ditch your beauty rituals. Not at all. I'm saying they work so much better when your spirit is healthy, too. Because in the end, beauty isn't just how you look, it's how you live. And when you start tending to your inner world with as much love and attention as your outer one, something magical happens. You don't just look youthful, you feel it, and that feeling, that's the glow no product can give you, but it's always been inside you, just waiting to be seen. So now that you've heard all 8 of these powerful beauty tips, let me ask you, what spoke to you the most? Maybe it was something simple, like drinking more water, or maybe it was something deeper, like reclaiming your posture, or softening the way you see yourself in the mirror. Whatever it was, I hope you walk away from this video not just with tips, but with a new kind of belief. That beauty doesn't disappear with age, it evolves. And you, right now, at this moment in your life, you are still allowed to feel beautiful, not in spite of your age, but because of it. Every fine line, every silver strand, every chapter you've lived, it's all part of the story that makes you you. And that story deserves to be celebrated, not hidden. So here's what I'd love. In the comments, tell me which tip you're excited to try first. Let's start a real conversation, a community of women lifting each other up, not tearing ourselves down. Because we've done enough of that in our lives, haven't we? And if this video gave you something, anything, a new idea, a fresh perspective, or even just a gentle reminder to care for yourself a little more, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with a friend who needs to hear this too. You are not past your prime. You are just entering a new one. And I'm so glad we're in it together. Until next time, stay radiant, stay kind to yourself, and most of all, stay you.